Hi, my name is Henzi, and today I'm here with Sadiq Hussain. He is the CEO of Halo. So you explain this much better than I do.
Sure.
So give us a holistic overview of exactly what
Absolutely.
Halo does.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. Halo is a global structured notes platform. So it democratizes structured notes globally. We are based out of Abu Dhabi and in Chicago. Chicago is our headquarters. So what is a structured note is a bit complicated, but this product was very clunky, very difficult to participate in. Minimum size to invest in it was about $5 million. And now we have brought that down to a much smaller number. So many people can participate in that. So democratizing the whole process is very essential. And we are working with the large banks and asset managers globally and advisors. And especially we want to introduce structured notes to the region and have issuers from the region. We've partnered with the large banks such as FAB. Also, our largest investor is Mubadala Capital. We are very grateful for that, and that gives us a lot of confidence in the region, backed by a sovereign wealth fund. So it's good to be here. I've lived in the region for 17 years, traveled most of my life, grew up in the United States.
Thank you for that.
Sure.
So I have another question for you, but let me start here. So when we're talking about structured notes, where do they fit into the financial system?
So they fit in any advisor, any institution that is investing in stocks, bonds, or any asset class. The reason structured notes are utilized is to either enhance an existing position or protect it. So meaning that, let's give you an example. So if you own the stock of Tesla or Apple or Google, and you want a better yield than what it's providing, then the structured note can provide you with that in accordance to your needs. You want 5-6% better yield than what this is providing you, then it can do that. You can have a basket of stocks, so if you want exposure to many names and many sectors, then it can be done as well. And most importantly, if you want to protect your position, meaning that if in this world, as you know, there's a lot of systemic risk, wars, inflation, interest rates, many things can really shake the market. So a structured note can provide you protection against your positions. So the stocks that I was telling you about, that you own a Tesla or an Apple, if you have that and you can have a protected wrapper against the falls of that stock, and your position will be protected to an extent. And that you decide in accordance to your risk profile.
Okay.
Also, you can have a principal protected portfolio if you wish, if you are risk averse and you don't want to deal with any risk at all.
So my question being, initially when we started speaking, you had said that this type of structure brings more people into the market, right?
That's right.
But now when you were explaining, you said that it protects what people have, or it either protects or it keeps, right?
That's a good question. If you look in the past, people have lost tremendous amounts of money when the stock market crashes, for instance, right? And it's not the institutions who lose the money, which they do, but the most of the money that hurts is from the private individuals, people on the street. And they can get wiped out by a market crash, right? So the whole idea of Halo is, that I mentioned a couple of times, is to democratize it, meaning that you, me, or anyone can go and participate in protecting their portfolio by buying a note.
Okay.
So if you love buying stocks, for instance, and you are still sitting there in your positions and holding them, if you don't have a structured note protection in it, then you are exposed to the market 100%.
Exactly.
If it falls, you fall with it, right? So, but if you have a structured note wrapper, then if it market, let's say tomorrow falls 25-30%, but you are protected and only you can lose up to only 5%, depending on your risk levels. So this is, just think of it as insurance on your investments. You have car insurance, you have health insurance, you even take travel insurance when the government even doesn't allow you to buy a house until you have insurance, correct?
Correct.
So how come you don't have investment insurance? Nobody asks that, right?
Exactly.
So you're exposed 100% to anything that you have in investments today.
Got you.
This is just think of it as insurance on your investments.
So when you guys did the partnership, right, with FabBank,
Yes?
was it for them or their clients, or both?
Okay, that's a very good question. So we want to tap into banks like FAB, and we are fortunate to have them as a partner. The first step is for their wealth management clients to get access to the notes that we provide, which is a global note offering. So to answer your question, it's for their own clients, not for FAB, the bank.
Okay. I love the idea, and it makes so much sense when you talk about it in terms of comparing it to insurances, etc. How has because it's a new idea, right? I would not new in terms of time, but new to a lot of people. Let me put it this way.
Very good question. The reason is because most people think it's new.
Yes.
But it's an extremely old product,
Okay.
which has been going on for many decades. But the only reason you've not heard about it is because it was clunky and very, very difficult to participate in.
Okay.
To participate in a structured note, you needed $5 million. Now, not everybody has that. So you can imagine. So it was only large institutions and banks transacting with each other about, if the minimum size to invest is 5 million, not everybody can get in. That's the whole reason for the existence of Halo, is why is only $5 million and why can't everybody have participation into a product which is beneficial for you?
Yes.
And that's how we came into existence.
Okay. So are there many companies doing what you guys do?
There are not many, but there are a
Okay.
few companies globally who are doing that, yes.
So you're set up in Abu Dhabi with ADGM, right?
That's correct.
So how did the regulator, how did they warm to this concept? I mean, would they have been fully familiar with it, or how were they in
Yes.
terms of accommodating this idea?
Yes, so we work closely with the FSRA of the ADGM, and as you know, that they are very progressive and forward-looking. And when we spoke to them about that, they actually were very welcoming because this is not adding risk to people's portfolios like other asset classes like crypto or any other higher riskier asset classes. This is actually adding protection, so they welcomed it because it's a positive thing from a risk element.
Yes,
So,
and that's so true, right? Isn't it? Even with all regulated applications, the FSRA is always looking at, okay, what are the risks and what are you doing to minimize them?
Exactly.
This is, from my experience, exactly like what they want focused on. So that's a good point. Then they
so
would have.
they're like, please come in and open up because
Exactly.
we want more companies like you and spread the word.
Yes.
And on that note, we just did a seminar
Okay.
for a general seminar, telling people and educating them about what are notes and what are the benefits of structured notes. And this is we'll be doing across the UAE multiple times so that everybody gets to know what they are.
And this is these are public? Are they quite closed?
These are for
or?
now. They are private. Invitations are through banks and their clients, but and we cannot reach out to public yet because of our license. So our license is only to engage with regulated entities and with people or companies which are they can take the investment risk. Qualified financial institutions is the actual name.
Got you.
Qualified financial institutions, QFIs.
Which is where the 5 million buy-in comes in that you were speaking about earlier.
Yes, but we don't.
Right.
We've changed the 5 million
Yes.
to much lower numbers.
Of course. No, that makes perfect sense that you would provide it on the back end of the funds,
That's
of
exactly.
these specific funds.
That's right.
So very good. And so you're educating the community. You're already signing different, like you signed with Fab, you
Yes.
partnered with them, and then you're providing. It seems when you explain it, like it's a no-brainer. Like it's such a good.
It's all about
Product.
education, because a lot of people
Exactly.
don't know about the product.
Educate, educate.
Absolutely.
Educate.
I'm there for that, totally.
Everyone share this, okay?
Yes. And yeah, please reach out to us as well, or go to our website. You
Yes.
can contact us anytime. And we will be, once we are allowed to, we don't intend to go to the retail market yet,
Okay.
but we are going to the common man, or people who can actually individually buy these notes, but through a bank.
Okay.
Or through their asset manager and through their advisor. So that's the route, because it's a complicated product. It's not somebody can just, you have to understand what you're participating in. And it's best to go through an advisor.
And they can only do that at the moment through FAB?
Currently, because we are partnered with them, but we are engaging with all the major banks of the UAE
Yeah,
today.
sure.
So inshallah, you'll see a lot or more of these partnerships coming through.
Well, great. Well, thank you so much. That was
No, it was truly my
brain,
pleasure.
my neurons are just firing all over the place, like just thinking.
No, it's such a pleasure to be here, and thank you for having me. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.